it's like every shot from outside the 18-yard box is a goal with Kepa Arrizabalaga. And it's not a small, well, for a goalkeeper, he might be small, but you compare him to other players, he's relatively, I think it's fairly big. He's a 6'1", 6'2".
That's good.
Yeah, but Mendy that they are bringing is 6'5". So that's quite tall, and he could really dominate his area. Chelsea, unfortunately, for their defense, they are not particularly good in the air, with maybe the exception of Kurt Zouma. The rest are not very good leaping into the air and heading the balls out, and they conceded from set pieces. So that's why they've now gone for, they are going for Benjamin Mendy. I think it was pretty clear to everybody that they needed to do something in the goalkeeping department. In defense, they've basically changed the entire thing. They may not even be done in the defense. They may still go for Declan Rice before the window closes. That's what we've heard that they might do. They said it's going to be Operation Rice after they get Mendy. One player, which incidentally is the most expensive player that they've got this season. In fact, with everything, it might even be the most expensive player that they've ever signed. Right now, it is Kepa Arrizabalaga, £71 million. But when you put everything about Kai Havertz, it's going to be more than that £71 million pounds. But is one player that you might argue they didn't even really desperately need. You understand? Because they've got Christian Pulisic, they've got Mason Mount. They've got some very good players in the attacking position. They've brought in Hakim Ziyech. They've brought in Timo Werner. So they may not really need Kai Havertz. But because he became available, such players, such exceptional talents, when they become available, even though you do not have a need to strengthen in that department, you get them. If it is possible that you can't get them, you go ahead and you get them. And that's basically what they have done with Kai Havertz. You expect him to come in now and start doing great stuff for them. I think it is really crucial that they keep the French guy N'Golo Kante, because he provides the cover and that defensive steel that the rest of their midfielders, as good as they are, cannot give. They are touting the young Scottish guy, Billy Gilmore.
But he
could become good, but even if they get Declan Rice, he plays in that defensive midfield position. But I think they still need the experience of N'Golo Kante. Otherwise, they might be like the Real Madrid of the Galactico fame, who sold Claude Makalele. The moment he left, I said this guy was their most important player, and people were like, "Come on, there is Zinedine Zidane, there is Luis Figo, there is Ronaldo." They never even joined them. You know, there were so many great players at that point, and you are telling us that your most important player is Claude Makalele, who was one of the least paid players. They allowed him go, incidentally, to Chelsea, and the Galactico basically fell apart. It became a failed project, and eventually they did win the league, but that was some years later after Beckham and the rest joined. But it just did not quite work out well for them after Makalele left. So sometimes it is the guy who does the dirty job, does the dirty work for you in the midfield. That's your most important player, because it gives the creative players the avenue to now go out and express themselves. But if you are doing so well offensively, but defensively you are poor, and you concede almost every time they attack you, then you have a problem. So I think it's important that they should keep N'Golo Kante in that defensive midfield position, and then bringing in some experience with the Brazilian Thiago Silva and others. It will be interesting to see what Chelsea will do this season. But as we have said in the past, it might be too early to expect. When you bring in too many players, Chelsea have basically overhauled their entire team. You might have a situation where it will be like 3 players from last season that will be playing in any match that Chelsea plays this season going forward. You could have that situation. So it's not going to be easy for these new guys to just come and form it. In football isn't like that. You need that cohesion. You need to play for some time before you can become a very a solid team. Like Liverpool, you can see that they've been together for a while, and they just needed to bring in some to take care of some problem departments like the goalkeeping. They got to the Champions League in 2018, but they lost to Real Madrid. Well, Real Madrid, perennial champions of the Champions League, they could always win it, but on that day, we saw clearly that they had goalkeeping problem. Karius was all over the place. We saw some of the goals that Real Madrid scored. A better goalkeeper would have saved that. Alisson Becker would have saved that. And you could see that the very next season, Liverpool went on to win the Champions League with Alisson Becker in goal. The previous season, they were having defensive issues. They brought in Virgil van Dijk, and it basically helped to elevate even the guy that partners him, and the entire defense just improved. So, but for Chelsea, they are changing almost the entire team. I think that's after this season, the season immediately after, you could start expecting Chelsea to go on to win the Premier League. But definitely 2 seasons after, you will expect them. It will be demanded of Frank Lampard to win the Premier League. And if it doesn't at that point, then I don't know if he will ever win.
Right. I want to come in from here, but sorry fans, we have to stress Chelsea because they seems to be the one very, very busy now in the market. So don't think that we are jettisoning other news for Chelsea. We all here are Chelsea fans. Okay, we are trying to talk about what is happening right now.
You don't have to explain.
Let's speak hypothetically, Egosa. Let's say Chelsea, they go ahead. We know Mendy is going to work. It's here we go. You know what we say? Here we go. We're talking about the fantastic opponent. Let's talk about that. I want to pick it up from here, Egosa. Let's say hypothetically they get Declan Rice and they form a formidable squad. Let's talk about this season now because we're starting the season tomorrow. Chelsea start theirs on Monday night. They click, and everybody that they've bought now just come and form a fantastic team. Declan Rice, Ademio, Thiago Silva. I don't know whoever they're going to pair with him. We know either it's going to be Carlos Zuma or Anthony Rudiger. Then we know they have a fantastic or 2 fantastic right back in Reeves and as well as Cesar Azpilicueta, the captain of the team. Then Ben Chilwell is there now. We know either Marcos Alonso or Emerson will leave. But let's say Chilwell, first choice, obviously, come buy someone for 50 million because they will be on the bench. I know these guys, they click together. What kind of Chelsea will it be? Will it be that Chelsea that we saw in Mourinho's time that came across any team and destroyed them along the way?
Yeah, that's the kind of Chelsea team you see. The team that will go out and get you maximum points, irrespective of the opposition and all that. That's what you get. Once you spend this way and they get to click, honestly, in 2-3 years, they are going to be improving on their abilities, and they're going to come together, and it will help depending on the manager that they've got. Right now, they've got one of the best players at Chelsea during his playing career. Talking about Frank Lampard, the guy with the most goals, the highest goal scorer for Chelsea. So he knows what he wants, and the fact that he has already brought in about 7 players right now, it changes the landscape, and that's the truth. And all he needs to do now is to just try and see how he can bond them together. And in the next 2-3 years, honestly, Francis, we're going to be seeing the kind of Chelsea we saw under Mourinho and under Carlo Ancelotti. Remember when Carlo Ancelotti came, he won 2 titles in his first season, and it wasn't really nobody expected him to do that, though he was a big coach when he came. So that free-flowing football, attacking football, that's what Chelsea will be playing, honestly, and they are going to be scoring a lot of goals because they've got players who can score from different positions, especially that front line where you have Akin Ziyech, Timo Werner, and maybe Christian Pulisic or Callum Hudson-Odoi. I don't think he will be more favored than Pulisic, but it depends on how he's going to line up his front line. But then Tammy Abraham is also there, so they're going to get players scoring from different positions, which we really help. And the defenders also, there was a time Chelsea defenders were really scoring, especially Ivanovic, who very soon will return to the English Premier League because he just left Zenit St. Petersburg. If the defenders can also assist in getting goals and all that, and before you know what's happening, Chelsea will be far ahead of other clubs. So they are still going to strengthen. But then, once they click, honestly, once they go out, irrespective of their opposition, you just rest assured that it's going to be 3 points, but it's not going to be all the time because other big clubs are also there to also win the title. So that is what you have to explain. But then this is what we experience for Chelsea, having not been able to get players in. Now they just had the opportunity. The millionaire just brought out his chain and he's trying to bring us set up that Chelsea that will win the Premier League within the next 2 years. So if Lapa feels to win this season. Hopefully next season, I'm sure the players must have, bonded so well for them to go ahead to win the Premier League. It's going to be so interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely already interesting with what they've been able to achieve in the transfer market. All the best to Chelsea as they are on the verge of getting a new goalkeeper, probably. That will put Kepa in the right position at Chelsea. Getting him does not really mean becoming number one. If getting him can improve Kepa Arrizabalaga right there at Chelsea, then it's good to have to do.
If he starts some matches and if he does well,
I think the same thing at Man United. You have two good goalkeepers. So, anyone can be injured. The next one coming will be fantastic. I think it's good for Kepa to step things up for him right there at Stamford. We'll go on a commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk more on the show this evening. Please stick around.
Edo State need time to take the correct decision. We go make Edo great again. Ide our hand, make we not sit down look, make Edo for not spoil for our hand. Edo State now all of us get arm. Make we not fold our hand, make we look. No can go spoil our own state for we. I say not sit down look. Make all of us gather ourselves together. Put Obaseki for inside the share because Obaseki now be the real deal. Edo State now everybody get arm. Shine your eye. Not sit down look. This time now one man, one PVC plus one vote. You go there, shine your eye there. Not sit down look. They there make everything happen for inside your present. Edo State must to break again. That is why the read day now Obaseki. This message now from Not Sit Down Look movement. Make we not sit down look. Make Edo State for great again.
Since I switched to Mamador 100% pure cooking oil, family meal times have been so rewarding. You see, Mamador 100% pure cooking oil is cholesterol-free and contains omega-6 and 9, proven to keep heart healthy. Not only that, it also makes my food taste delicious.
You sure know how to take care of my stomach.
And your heart, especially. Switch to Mamador and enjoy healthy and tasty meals. Mamador is tested and approved by the Nigerian Heart Foundation. Cook with Mamador. Your heart will thank you.
Plenty to win for the 9 Mobile Mega Millions promo. 90 people go come 1 million naira every day for 90 days. 4 people go win smartphones every hour, every day. The one who pass now the 10 million naira grand prize. If you not be 9 Mobile customer, move come outside or buy a new line. In addition to the 20 millions and smartphones, we go summer you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instant plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 year. Recharge 200 naira and above. Make you for the win. Promo starts August 10 and ends November 2020 and is approved by FCCPC.
9 Mobile.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 50 naira. Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Fit wait. Make September 19. Land, make I carry body go vote for my own candidate.
Really? So I don't tackle all the challenges where people with disabilities they face on election day. How does we know they hear? Understand how you think a blind person free vote? Beside that one said, I dey fear for COVID-19. I no fit kill myself on top voting matter.
My sister, calm down. INEC go sama informate about how them PWD go fit vote. Not only that one, INEC go still supply braille ballots where blind people fit use without say person carry their hand and be point anything for them. But should in case any blind person no fit use this braille ballot, INEC allow am carry person join body to allow am vote. Siriri,
shoo. Hey, and now my body don't calm down. And I be say on that day I go waka go vote.
It never finish. INEC don't supply COVID-19 guidelines. So make sure say all voters they can be they say make I cause your bololo. Pregnant women, PWD, and we agbalagba them. They no go waste time for polling units. INEC give them first class tickets.
Not for you, I don't hear so. All PWDs make them come out on election day. Go vote for the candidate of their choice on September 19, 2020. And may you make sure say then capture you for INEC data form. I beg.
Make you remember say as you dey carry body go vote, make your face mask gum body with you every time. Make body no gum body to prevent coronavirus. Wash your hands with soap and running water or carry alcohol-based sanitizer. Our vote na our voice. This message na from Inclusive Friends Association (IFA) with support from National Democratic Institute (NDI) and USAID.
Thank you so much for staying with us on the show this lovely Friday evening. Now, let's still in terms of market, still talking football. Let's talk about Nigerian players. The last we kind of really heard of this rumor was back in 2013. It was part of the team that won the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. His name is Chidebere Nwankali. Then 2 years later, we also heard of his brother, younger one now, Kelechi Nwankali. And these guys, I mean, on their day, they can win a football game for you. And though their career hasn't really gone the way they want, but they are still relatively very young. But according to what they've given us, Chidebere is 23 and his brother is 2 years younger, 21. So we're actually expecting that they can go on to do great stuff for the Super Eagles in the future. But you look at the Super Eagles setup right now. That position is clear.
But for Kelechi, he will be playing the Spanish La Liga because he helped Huesca to gain promotion. So that's a big plus for him. And if he performs very well, then big loss in La Liga could just snap him up, and that will just change. That might just change the story. So the plan left for him, having led the Segunda division, to do well in La Liga and see how far things will go for him.
But his other brother, not big brother, just signed for a Turkish club to Laspor, according to what we are getting. He joined them as a free agent and left his Swedish club, Kalmar FF, last season after his contract expired. Didn't get to renew it, but now he has not joined up with this Turkish giant. We had a table going to Turkey. We'll have so many.
For Stoke City.
That's
a big one for Etobo. We'll also go on to win the Turkish Super League title because of the kind of football he plays. He was described as a warrior by the club's president, which tells you what they are going to be getting from over the current table. They could make the deal permanent at the end of the season, given how he played for them and what he's able to achieve with them. And the fact that they've also had the Nigerians before, anyway, you could play for them. It won't be really difficult for the current table. He's somebody who commands respect in midfield, and I hope he goes on to do good stuff for them.
And of course, another Nigerian moving, it's Ode, Stephen Ode. He has left his summer club. And the reason I'm laughing, I want to hear Nigerians playing in the top flight of any country that he go to. But he kind of went to France for a little team. Hopefully he can help them give qualifications to Ligue 1 rather, and play in the French league properly. I want to say Nigerians playing in I don't care the country they are right now, but I want.
But Stephen Eze just joined Jamshedpur in India, and I was asking myself, what is happening with Stephen Eze? Is it because of the
Amiens? That's the club talking about Ode. He has joined up with Amiens in French league.
It's good that he's at least now in one of the top 5 leagues in Europe. When he started, was it not Switzerland that he went to? You know, so that's not where you want to see them. For some seasons, at least for one season, Stephen Ode was the hottest property in Nigerian football. But that was when he was at MFM. But then he decided to go to Europe. But you see, it's so bad in the Nigerian Professional Football League that your players want to go anywhere apart from playing at home. So it doesn't matter the club. So you could have a top talent in the Nigerian Professional Football League, but the moment he hears that there is a contract, so long he just hears E, he doesn't wait for the rest of the syllables, and
where do you get all these things from?
He wants to go to Europe. Once they are right, he says he doesn't wait for the rest of the spellings, and he's already, yes, I will sign, you know, just because the club is in Europe. Not Africans will not do that. Even South Africans, many of them will prefer, somebody will prefer to play in Mamelodi Sundowns than to go to one relatively unknown club in Switzerland. FC Zurich is big in Switzerland, and some other boys, FC Basel. You know, some of these clubs. Okay, at least Mohamed Salah was in FC Basel before he came to Chelsea, and then went on to Roma now.
Roma
before joining Liverpool. You know, so but for Nigerians, unfortunately, it's not like that. Once the club is anywhere out of this country, they are ready to go. But if you had a league that could compete favorably with the North African league, the Tunisian league, the Egyptian league, not Tunisian player will want to just go anywhere. Yeah. The person would rather play for Esperance or play for a Club African or play for any of the big Tunisian clubs. If it is Egypt, they would rather play for Ismaili than to go to some clubs in Europe. But our case, our brightest talents are moving, and unfortunately, they are not all moving to the top league. So I'm happy. Amiens is in France, and it's in the top division in France. So it's a good move for Stephen Ode. But when you look at the trajectory of his career, you wonder whether it is going up, because as I said, he was very good, one of the hottest strikers in the Nigerian professional football league. But you look at where he is right now, and you are like, no, you should have been much better than this. We should be seeing you in Liverpool or in Real Madrid, Barcelona, all those other clubs, not where you are right now. But well, it's good. I wish him well. I hope he hits it big and then explodes. When Victor Osimhen joined Wolverhampton Wanderers, Wolfsburg, all the W's. when he joined Wolfsburg, it looked like it was the end of his career, or that fantastic career that we saw, the new Rashid Yekini that we saw, glimpses of the new Yekini that we saw at the 2015 and 17 World Cup, that we're going to lose it the way we lost people like Chris Santos Macaulay and others before him. But now see where he is. At least he's done Napoli, one of the biggest clubs. They may not be at the moment, but we know the history of Napoli. Diego Maradona played there. Gonzalo Higuain, some of the brightest, biggest names in football. Even Gianfranco Zola once played at Napoli. Careca played there. You know, so Napoli is good for him. I hope he explodes so that Juventus, if he's going to stay in Italy, it will be Juventus that is going to, or AC Milan, you know, and if he even hits it bigger, makes it to the English Premier League or the Spanish La Liga. So good luck to the players that are moving, but you hope that it is much better than what they are getting right now.
Okay, let's take a look at the transfer rules that are making brands in the world right now for the Major League. Just wanted to let you know how Nigerians are also moving from one club to another. We hear that clubs like Southampton and Marseille, they want Dennis talking about Bonaventure from Club Brugge. I think he should come to Southampton, play in the English Premier League. I think he's got the pace, he's got the mentality to do well in England. Sign for Southampton like, what's his name now? Sadio Mane did before he moved to a much bigger football club. Okay, Chelsea have rejected an offer from Inter Milan for France World Cup winning midfielder N'Golo Kante, which included offering Croatian international Marcelo Brozovic 27 exchange for the deal, but Chelsea saying, well, according to the Guardian, Arsenal Gabon striker, according to what Miguel Arteta told us today in his press conference, said, Arsenal fans, you guys can last now. So that means that the 3-year contract we've been talking about is probably has already signed. They're just waiting for them to announce it properly. Then Manchester United English defender Chris Smalling, who is currently 30, has not been training at the club this week as he moves closer to a permanent move to AS Roma, where he was on loan last season, according to the Telegraph. Then David Beckham, MLS side Inter Miami, are on the verge of completing the new transfer coup with Argentina striker Gonzalo Higuain, 32, who is set to join on a free capacity after his Juventus contract was terminated. We told you about that yesterday in the evening. And then Liverpool midfielder Jorginho Wijnaldum, 29, has had positive talks with manager of the club over his future at the club. The Dutchman has just 1 year left on his contract at Anfield, and we hear that they want to bring him on board, talking about Barcelona. England, the Tottenham Hotspur defender Danny Rose, 30, is close to leaving the Premier League and moving to Serie A side Genoa. Western United are in discussion with former England midfielder Jack Wilshere to cancel his 28-year-old brother contract by mutual consent. Jack Wilshere, I don't know what's wrong with that. Arsenal Argentine goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez, fantastic goalkeeper, has agreed a 4-year deal with Aston Villa worth about £60,000 per week, with the club set to agree a transfer fee of more than £50 million. The Manchester United and Brazil midfielder Fred has this new report he could leave for Turkish side Galatasaray this summer. Benjamin Abia in talks to sign for Manchester defender Ivanovic, 36, on a free transfer after the Russian left Zenit St. Petersburg, according to the Telegram. Tanzania striker Wana Samata will be able to leave Aston Villa only 8 months after joining the club. Former Manchester United midfielder Ravel Morrison is in talk with Dutch club Vitesse Arnhem and Utrecht following his release by Sheffield United. You see, I always say this: once you're young and you think you can do a lot, don't leave a club in a very, very bad way. This guy and Paul Pogba, including Jesse Lingard, when same academy and graduated together, and Man United begged him to stay. He sadly doesn't even to stay back. He never wanted to leave, and now ever since then went to Lazio in Italy. It hasn't really been fantastic. Though he since apologized, but I think people should go really from what happened to Ravel Morrison. Fantastic. It was Evans are there better as a winger than even Jesse Lingard, but he didn't want to stay. Alright, and that's what is going on right now. Major news going on right now as far as the rumors are concerned. Now let's quickly tell you that the Formula One is on, just as we had one last weekend, won by two stranger, not stranger in Formula One, but most of us are pundits. We know that these guys are Formula One drivers, but we don't really talk about it. We talk about Ferrari, Red Bull, and of course Mercedes. But these guys, they came and chugged the entire world last weekend. After what happened to the major drivers, they just went out there and did something fantastic. So ahead of the Grand Prix this weekend, it has been Valtteri Bottas in the first and second practices. So Mercedes all the way. It was an improvement from what we saw in the first practice and from Ferrari, but this second practice was a total disaster. They spun, when the car turned around, do 360 by itself and stopped, so they didn't get to finish their second practice. Hopefully, the third and qualifying will be one that will be fantastic for them tomorrow. They are in for another long weekend for the Grand Prix is concerned. Okay, that's that from us right now. Let's see, it's not going to be part of the show. I mean, because you can still go for a local commercial break. 0706 263 9275 or 0903 939 4427 plus 0812 1789154. Those are the numbers for you to watch us on the show this evening. Hello.
Hello.
Danjuman. Thank you. Good evening.
Alpha.
Danjuman, good evening.
This afternoon, he spoke. No press conference. Said he's
no.
Sorry. All right.
All right, maybe he's listening. Okay, Danjo, I have to let you go now. We have to pay this bill. Okay, right back. Okay, hold on.
We not be God win you. We not go for any other person. We not go for if we not be PDP. We not go for any other party. We not go for. Oh God, make you carry your tickets, bro. Oh God, I say carry your tickets, bro. Anywhere between the and I'm there with you, bro. Anywhere side would go, and I'm there with you, bro. Oh God, make you carry your tickets, bro. Oh God, make you carry your tickets, bro. Anywhere between the and I'm there with you, bro. Anywhere side would go, and I'm there with you, bro. Oh God, make you carry your tickets, bro. Oh God, make you carry your tickets, bro. Anywhere between the and I'm there with you, bro.
I no fit wait. Make September 19. Land, make I carry body go vote for my own candidate.
Really? So I don't tackle all the challenges where people with disabilities they face on election day. How person wey know they hear, understand how you think a blind person fit vote. Beside that one self, I dey fear for COVID-19. I no fit kill myself on top voting matter.
My sister, calm down. INEC don sama informate about how them PWD go fit vote. No be only that one, INEC go still supply braille ballots wey blind people fit use without say person carry their hand and be point anything for them. But should in case any blind person no fit use this braille ballot, INEC allow am carry person join body to allow am vote. Siriri werere.
Hey, now my body don't calm down. And I be say on that day I go waka go vote.
E never finish o. INEC don supply COVID-19 guidelines to make sure say all voters dey kampe. Dey say make I pause your bololo. Pregnant women, PWD and we agbalagba dem no go waste time for polling units. INEC give them first class ticket.
Na tori una don hear so. All PWDs make them comot on election day go vote for the candidate of their choice on September 19, 2020. And may you make sure say dem capture you for INEC data form. Abeg.
Make you remember say as you dey carry body go vote, make your face mask gum body with you every time. Make body no gum body to prevent coronavirus. Wash your hands with soap and running water or carry alcohol-based sanitizer. Our votes na our voice. This message now from Inclusive Friends Association (IFA) with support from National Democratic Institute (NDI) and USAID.
Since I switched to Mamador 100% pure cooking oil, family meal times have been so rewarding. You see, Mamador 100% pure cooking oil is cholesterol-free and contains omega-6 and 9, proven to keep heart healthy. Not only that, it also makes my food taste delicious.
You sure know how to take care of my stomach.
And your heart especially. Switch to Mamador and enjoy healthy and tasty meals. Mamador is tested and approved by the Nigerian Heart Foundation. Cook with Mamador. Your heart will thank you.
Alright, thank you for staying with us. Straight back into the phone lines. Remember 0706 263 0903 939 447 plus 0812 1789154. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you too.
Mr. Bang, good evening. This is Brother Mike. I greet everybody at the house.
Brother Mike,
so right now, Nigeria, Mr. Bang, you said that if only the majority, they will have the way to spend the money. And this is what you expect. Look at our league in Nigeria. It's not well organized. You understand me? It's not well organized. So what do you expect them to do? Because everybody is looking for a good person. Look at even here in this is a country where they need a player. So people are more salary, they will do it in time. You know that I think the government should switch their license. In the state, there is no number. It's a couple. Let them do the Nigeria football association. Let them do the needful. You understand me? That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But regarding the lack of ambulance and they are working on all that and submitting license, of course, before every season starts. This is what each club is supposed to do. They are supposed to submit all of those things so that they will verify which clubs have fulfilled all obligations to play in the league. Yeah, I understand that. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm just saying that if our league were as good as what you have in Tunisia, the Tunisian players or players of North African extraction, they're not desperate to go to Europe. Osam Hassan and his brother Ibrahim Hassan. How many? I think it was just one club Osam Hassan attempted to go to and he didn't work out well. He came back to Al Ahly. Esam El Hadar, their legendary goalkeeper. How many clubs did he play for? I think it was he went to Switzerland or so and came back. You know, Amir Zaki played for Wigan in England, but most of his career was in his country, Egypt. So many of them, Mohamed Abutrika, fantastically. I felt bad that Abutrika did not win at least an African Footballer of the Year award. Yeah, he should have. 2008, 2010. I thought it was better, but because you had other players in Europe, they gave it to him. Abutrika played most of his career at Al Ahly. He went to Europe but didn't really bother to stay, you know, just spent 1 or 2 seasons and killed it. It's only Mohamed Zidane. I think that one spent much of his career in with Dortmund also. But many of Egyptian, Moroccan, Tunisian players, they stay in their country because their league is good, and if they don't make it big in Europe, it's not a problem. They are not desperate to go there. Our boy Michael Babatunde, who plays for Raja Casablanca, I mean, the way you need to see how I saw one pre-match clip. They were singing a song. They just the way Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, the way they have songs for their players. That's how his club in Morocco had a song for him, and they were singing his name Babatunde, and he came out and was dancing before the. You need to see. This was. I'm sure the match will be like 5 hours away. But see, if you see the crowd at the stadium, then you even see the facilities, you will want to play football in such a country. So if we develop our league to that level, our players will not be desperate to run into some mushroom leagues in Europe.
Hello? You too? Alright. Okay. Hello?
Hello. Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you too.
Yes, my name is Adam. Calling from Benin.
Alright, Adam, talk to us.
My brother, the matter we say, for us to keep this fair, we need to work on our body. Because if I did their shoes, if I hear before I say blood, I don't know. Maximum 35 years, it go end. How much you have to pay me? When the Spanish club gets 200 million, when you have made for Europe in less than 1 year, and then I could work on that, so how much they have to pay for my lifetime? If I hear before I say blood, I don't know. The government wants to quick retire. They cannot to secure their future. They want me to see former national team player is fitting if you take care of them. Start to play league for 10-15 years. You retire 5 years time, you can't take care of yourself. So don't blame them all. They never make their money, but let them go. Because it's for me, I go. That's what I can wish.
Alright, thank you. Hello? Yeah, good evening. You have to be brief. You have to take the messages now because we have a lot of bills to pay. You have to tell us the name. The receiver for Nigeria.
You are David Silva.
So you asked a question, right?
Okoro.
Okay, yes. We talk about since.
No, he came back and boss. He played in I think with Heartland or so. He played, I don't know where he is right now, but he came back to the Nigerian League and played.
Hello, you still with us? Okay. Let's take the last one for technical messages. Hello, we're with you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you too. Please, you have
Yes, you are. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
My name is Babano.
Alright. You said your first time caller?
I'm a first time caller.
Okay. Welcome to the family.
First and foremost, I want to commend you for, I'm a regular follower of the program, but usually I don't get to be able to call in because of the busy phone line. So I just want to commend you guys for what you are doing, the wonderful work you are doing. I also want to bring to your notice, because I'm a Rosemary fan of this movie. So I usually do not hear any much about them. So I just would appreciate it if you.
You do not hear much about AC Milan?
Yeah, definitely.
On this show, we're just Zlatan is a place for them.
I don't even know what's going on.
Oh, okay.
I think when they brought in, was it Tonali, young, like you guys mentioned it on Wednesday, like listening, and you guys spoke about their signings, so probably you didn't get again. Alright, thank you so much.
Okay, talking about Stanley Wale Patala is just informing me that he's in the United States now, and unfortunately he stopped playing football due to a nasty knee injury. And he played for Plateau United, won the league with them, then Abia Warriors before he quit football. So sad one, his career is over, truncated by injury.
Let's take a look at the messages.
Okay, this one says Premier League is still not complete without the fans. Raleigh Nation from St. Saviour. Good PM. Yeah, nothing is complete without the fans, really. As a fan of Naomi, I am really happy as a ranker knocked out Serena. I want Naomi to win this US Open. As for the Rockets, I want them to try their best and overcome that 1-3 lead. I just don't like that Los Angeles Lakers team. My belly go kill you. What do you mean? As for Ranka knocking out Serena Williams, look, I don't. If you think somebody is dangerous and you're scared of that person or that team, now another team knocks that thing that you were scared of. Shouldn't that mean that the team that beats them is better than them? So if Azarenka beats Serena Williams and you fear that Serena will have been a tougher opponent for Naomi Osaka, I mean, shouldn't you be worried that Azarenka beats Serena? So because of that, she might be the bigger problem for Naomi in the final. Well, we'll have to wait and see. My money is on Naomi to win. I've said it because of some of the things that she does and everything. And she's got some mad skills on the court, so I want her to win. About this word slave yesterday, I was only trying to exaggerate about a true black player. I'm sorry for rapid girls.
Yeah, he actually said something that they made somebody that was playing like it's like the S and work for the club like an S. So I told him that no, you can't say that.
Hello, good day, sportsmen. I am exceedingly happy that league football across Europe is about to commence their 2020-2021 campaign, especially the English Premier League, which commences tomorrow. I just can't wait to see how the teams shapes up in the new signings during the summer transfer. Your message is longer, but the rest is not there. It's incomplete. Please help me tell Arsenal not to sell Martinez. Or you can sell Leno, leave Martinez for rapid goals. Really? They should sell the number one and leave their number two. Okay. Good day, sports presenters. I want Naomi Osaka to win the US Open, but the way Victoria Azarenka is playing, I'm afraid she will carry the day. Chelsea should not sell N'Golo Kante. He's a very important player to the team. They can sell Jorginho, Johnson Walker from the States. Okay. Francis Mo was bought for 35 million, for Firmino 35 million, and Mane 35 million. For what was this? 50 and 45. Oh, from Adrian. I didn't quite get the last time.
We're trying to explain something to them that when, like you rightly explained, and we're in here, that at the end of the day, Kai Havertz money could surpass the money that
they use them.
So I quoted a figure. They were saying no, like when they brought Salah, they brought in Firmino. The initial fee they told you initially was 38 million for Firmino, for instance. But because he has gone on to for much appearances for Liverpool and won trophies, Liverpool will have to return some part of the money. So right now, as it stands, they paid 43 million.
Okay.
So we're just talking about what Jurgen Klopp spoke about at Chelsea's recruiter. I said right from when he came in, he has been signing fantastic players that ended up winning trophies for him.
And that's it's not every time it happens, but sometimes they do it. It's called add-ons. If you look at since we're talking Chelsea, let's use an example of a player from Chelsea, Eden Hazard. How much did they used to buy Eden Hazard? The money that they get to them, about 100 million pounds. Exactly. But it is going to rise because he won the La Liga with them. They had to pay Chelsea about 50 million pounds. And for some of his performances, because they will put some clauses. Okay, if this player plays this number of matches and if he wins this number of trophies, you are going to pay extra. So what they are actually going to pay Chelsea for Eden Hazard is around 136 million pounds. Yeah. So with Kai Havertz, although what they agreed and they paid was about 71 million, but with the add-ons, if he goes on to win the World Footballer of the Year award, for instance, within the next 5 years, Chelsea will pay Bayern Leverkusen an additional sum. But the clubs are even happy to pay that because it means that the player is succeeding. Yeah. If the player becomes a highest goal scorer, they will pay something. Exactly. But it's not every contract that these things are included in. But sometimes when you want the player and they tell you, okay, this is going to be the add-ons that we'll be putting in. Those are the messages.
Alright, let's see if we can take some calls before we leave. We have just 2 minutes left to be right here in the studio to pay some bills and then pay way for the news break coming up at 5 p.m. Hello.
Hello, that's fast. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well done.
David, you have to be brief, okay?
Chelsea is doing right now. I'm very impressed that Chelsea is going to be a team whereby some years back we've been saying Man City, anybody that is going out, the person that is coming from the bench will really be more dangerous than the one that is going out. So I'm seeing Chelsea that is going to be a team like that. The person that is on the bench, whenever they call upon him to come in, the opponent will be on a very big fear and threat. So I'm very happy that they are going to the market with guns, but not wallet. With wallet.
Alright, thank you, brother. Thank you so much for calling.
Monday.
Okay, all the best to your football club. Okay, this is where, guys, you have to draw the curtains. We're back here by 3:35 p.m. thereabout tomorrow. Thank you for being a part of it. Have yourself a wonderful night, right?